Hi, I'm Joy Shrum with thebayonet.com, and joining me on this edition of Southern Maryland Focus are the two co-organizers of this year's Kite Festival at the St. Mary's County Fairground. It's called Fly4aCure, and joining me today are Saar and Samir Shah, who are cousins. And why don't you tell me a little bit about why you got involved with this and what gave you the inspiration to organize this Kite Festival?
Saar and I have been working with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society for over 8 years, and in 2010, Saar's cousin was diagnosed with leukemia, and that's when we really started our journey with LLS to help cure blood cancers.
You said you had a cousin who had leukemia, but your father also battled a blood cancer.
Right. In 2014, my dad was also diagnosed with lymphoma. He had to undergo 6 cycles of chemotherapy at the National Institute of Health in Washington, D.C. And the cutting-edge research that LLS did greatly benefited my father, and I don't think he would have been able to get this special treatment without their hard work.
Okay. So this competition that kind of spurred the Kite Festival, it's called Student of the Year. Tell me a little bit about that competition and why you decided to join in.
So we actually started planning our Kite Festival in April of 2017. So then we started to contact LLS, and that's when we found out about the Students of the Year program in around October of that year. And it's a program for dedicated high school students who are interested in volunteerism and philanthropy. So we just found like it was the perfect way for us to try and give back and for us to try and help LLS.
Okay. So you have a team put together, all high school students, correct? Tell me a little bit about who you have on your team.
So we have about 20 members on our team, and they're going to help volunteer, raise money, and most importantly, just make sure the Kite Festival runs as smoothly as possible. One of our members is Claire Broadhead, who was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 9 years old. And she's now in remission, and she's a sophomore at Leonardtown High School. And she's actually going to be running our main event at the Kite Festival, the recognition ceremony.
Okay. So tell me, what is your ultimate goal as far as fundraising?
So our goal is to raise $200,000, $100,000 from corporate donations, and then another $100,000 from personal, family, and friend donations.
Okay. And you've been fundraising for the past several weeks, but the Kite Festival, of course, is kind of your big finale, if you will. Tell me, what can some people expect when they come to the Kite Festival?
So our Kite Festival is March 17th at the St. Mary's County Fairgrounds, and it's from 12 to 6, and we're hoping to get around 2,000 people, but what you can expect to see there is music, games, food, entertainment, like Reggie Rice, who's a magician and entertainer. We have a band, No Green Jelly Beans, that'll be playing from 4 to 6. And also we have some celebrities such as Robert McClain, who is a cornerback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he graduated from Tucson High School. We also will be having Steny Hoyer, and we're working on getting Jerome Adams, who's the Surgeon General.
Great. Well, that's exciting. So I think everybody gets a kite, or the first, how many visitors get their own kite?
So the first 500 patrons will, there's a $10 admission fee.
Mm-hmm.
So with that admission fee, you get a kite.
Okay.
For the first 500 people.
Okay. What would you want people to know, though, about the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society as far as all of their research and how people's contributions, especially in this community, how that can benefit all types of cancer?
Well, first of all, every 3 minutes, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. And the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is investing over $1 billion in research to help cure and fund researchers and scientists to cure this disease. In 1990, the survival rate for someone diagnosed with a blood cancer was only 3%. And now the rate has gone up 87% and now is 90% survival. So there's evidence that the research that the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society does is actually making a difference. And Saar and I have actually partnered with some of the local oncologists here in St. Mary's County, and we've come together with a list of over 500 people who have had an active form of blood cancer in our area in the past 2 years. So our area is heavily affected by these diseases, and we feel like we need to put an end to this.
Okay, well, great. Now we just have to keep our fingers crossed for nice weather. Maybe not quite like the nor'easter we just experienced, but we're hoping for a nice day and a little bit of wind for your Kite Festival. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I wish you all the best with your journey, and we're excited to see how it turns out. So the Fly4aCure Kite Festival will be Saturday, March 17th at the St. Mary's County Fairground beginning at noon. Thank you for joining us.